Boy, I'm excited about this show. If there's any one thing you could upgrade in a house that makes it look fantabulous, it's your cabinets. We've got some experts here, everybody. They're going to talk about it. Stay tuned, everyone. This is the Your Little Castle Show. Giddy up. Welcome, everyone, to Your Little Castle Show. I have the best job in the entire world. I get to talk to people who make the world go round. Small business owners, if you look at the numbers, it's like 85, 92% of the businesses. I know when I worked for Anheuser-Busch, for instance, I was there for 10 years, and the small business owners were the ones supplying the bottle caps and the glass and all the stuff that you do for all from around the neighborhood. And so they say between 85 and 92%, I think, of all businesses is actually ultimately tracked back to small businesses. So that's why we started this show. As the Cardinal Cowboy, I saw that there were a lot of people impacting the community. I was lucky to go through my coma and had great support with that, and it proved a lot of doctors wrong. I said I wasn't going to be able to take care of myself. There's still some people that question that part, but I was fortunate, though. I made through there. And I said, hey, there's a lot of people impacting our little planet, too. So we wanted, and I guess Dawn, you said called you guys, hey, I think you'd be a great fit for our show here to talk about what you guys are doing. So if you really want to improve your home, cabinets, man, they will make a house look, and you buy them for whatever, and they're double the value to add into your house. I do mortgages. A lot of people know that I've had my mortgage license for a long time. This year I didn't renew, still can, but I'm so busy with all this. But you want to improve the value of your house, get yourself a beautiful kitchen. That house we have in Fayette, I talked about. Let's get into it, because I can go on and on about this. But tell me, though, what led you guys to this industry that so much fun for you guys?
My father started the business prior to '84. He actually started the business in our basement of our house. Okay. So it was right underneath my bedroom, actually, growing up.
Because you could hear him working.
I could hear him. He worked, normal shift, and then so he'd build cabinets in the evenings, and he'd work till midnight, 2 o'clock in the morning, working on cabinets for a job, and then added a building, and added another building, and then added another building, and eventually ended up quitting his day job so he could start the cabinet shop. He ran that business from '84 till 2011. I'm his son, Glenn Wolter. My father is Richard Wolter. He started it in '84. I took over in 2011. So I started with same two employees he had whenever I started. They started working for me, and now we have 22 employees. So.
That's the American story right there, man. Talking about it from grassroots, doing it as a part-time thing on the side, turning it to a full-time gig, and then growing it to 22 employees. Thank you, Glenn. Kristen, you joined in here. You've been part of this, supporting from, as often is the case, the wife will start a business, the husband supports. In this case, the husband took over the business, and you've jumped in. Tell me about your role here and what you're enjoying.
Sure. So I do HR, and then I do some accounting work too for our business. So we're growing, we're hiring more people, so it requires more opportunities to get out and talk to community members, and that's also what I really like to do.
Gotcha. Well, there you have it, everybody. So with that, we'll shout out to our sponsors, Carroll House Furniture, because you like nice things in your little castle. And that little castle may have had some cabinets put together by our guests here. So we like to put that up. I'll put that up on the wall. We've even got a little catchphrase there. You like nice things. Where in your little castle? But we want to put up on the wall. We've got a great looking Facebook page, some great looking reviews. I'll pull those up. You guys, great. All 5-star across the board on your reviews. I was like, all right, they must be doing this right, and getting good feedback from the community. With that, let's jump in here. What do you think it is that has really led to your success? Dad started it off right. I like my friend Brooke. I said, Carroll House. I said, he goes, well, my dad really got it going. I'm like, but you could have easily. It's much easier to mess it up after.
Yeah, there's no way I could be. Okay.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, you're good. There's no way you could take the credit.
Restart.
For it?
There's no chance I would be where I'm at.
Okay.
Today, if it wasn't for my father starting, the business in the way that he did. So, I would say one of the best things that separate us is we stick with you through the whole process. We have the 5 designers on staff that will walk you through the entire design process. We have a very advanced software that shows what the kitchen, even the whole house, the great room will look like. So you're not surprised or shocked.
Okay, yeah. So they can see
whenever
a live
you can see
presentation of it.
everything. What it's exactly going to look like before you even purchase the cabinets. Yes. So we have a design team, and then we also will stick with you. We build everything, and then we also have an install team that will install everything and basically not walk away until you are 100% satisfied.
There it is, 100% satisfied. And just that 3D rendering, is that an AutoCAD or what kind of program?
We use two softwares called Cabinet Vision, so that does all the engineering work and the design work. But the pretty pictures all come out of a software called Vortec. So we export it out of Cabinet Vision into Vortec. Yep.
Okay.
If you have pets, if you have cars, we can
You
put
can put
pets
anything in
it.
there. We've put cats,
as
dogs.
realistic as possible. Yes.
Picture of my pet lizard on the wall.
Absolutely.
I've put Cardinals games on TVs in the bar.
Yes,
in the bar
that's true.
Yep.
Yes.
Here's what it will look like when you're watching the Cardinal
Yes,
game.
that's
Okay.
right.
Now that's really cool. I've been an advocate for giving a virtual representation of whatever it is for years ago. Now the technology has all kind of come together to where, and so it's an export from one right to the other.
Yep.
Nobody's having to print things off and
Nope.
scan them or anything. You're doing it. That's really cool. Well, I mean, it sounds like you guys are staying on top of the technology side of it too. That's something else we'll talk about here in just a minute. What do you think has really generated your success though? That really made it to where you've growing to 22 employees.
I'm finding good partners. We have some good some vendors that work with us very closely on granite tops. Our materials come from pretty well across Missouri. All of our hardwoods, actually most of our hardwoods have been harvested in Missouri, and then we buy them out of Kansas City. So most of our material comes out of Kansas City area. And then we've just got great customers.
Now you're talking, is that a lot to do with the types of trees?
Yeah.
Is it walnut or
yep.
oak or what?
We do a lot. Well, it's all trend based. So right now, the last 5 years has been a lot of white oak, which white oak historically is a very high percentage comes out of Missouri for the whole country. But then the other species we use a lot is maple, hickory, walnut. Walnut is actually starting to take the place of white oak.
Really?
So yeah, there's quite a bit of walnut going on right now.
Is there a lot of walnut in northeast Missouri?
Have no idea.
Because I asked that because the guy who built the house that my dad ended up, his parents bought it at the courthouse steps years ago. Big one, it's all got all big, tall, finished doors, and they're all.
Sure.
And they said they're all walnut, and they shipped them down via the river somehow, Missouri. I don't know, from northeast Missouri.
Huh.
And they said that's where, but they had a wood
It's
milling company up there.
beautiful wood. It's my favorite. Yeah.
Yeah, walnut is just. I mean, that's what I say. So you really get into like, here's the type of the woods, and this is the way they look, and this is how they'll last and paint and
Yep.
finish. And all
Show what the colors look like on each wood species, so they have options. Of course, we also do painted cabinets, which there's a lot of painted cabinets out there. Right. Most people right now are blending the natural wood grains like walnut or white oak with painted colors in your kitchen too. So that's a lot of times we're doing 2 or 3 tone kitchens. So you'll do a painted color with the natural wood.
I think something else we do in the beginning of the process that helps our customers see it, they will show us Pinterest pictures, or we call them inspiration pictures, and our designers are all trained in the field, so they know what to look for and how to match that aesthetic, if you will.
Nice. Okay, so there's some design that goes into this. It's say, hey, give us some of what you're looking for in Pinterest these days, or they can just Google images or whatever.
Absolutely.
Pull it down, print it out, and show it to you, or email it to you, or text it to you.
Absolutely.
Lots of ways to communicate those things, but really responsive to what your customers need, obviously.
Yeah,
and when
that's the goal.
And then you can give them. I just know that I guess I'm excited because I just know the value when you have rich mahogany, right? They talk about from the Anchorman or whatever, but that's a nostalgic. But any of those woods, what historically have cabinets been made out of? If they were going to do the cheapest version back in the day, what would?
I mean, back in the '90s, everything we did was red oak. Everything was red oak. That golden oak. Red oak. And that's actually the trend is going back to that now too. So red oak is seeing a pretty big spike in the sales market. So.
Now, were those cheaper, or is it,
wood
in general is always going to be
cheaper to some degree? Yeah.
Okay.
And I think it's white oak has always been a little more expensive than red oak. Walnut has always been more expensive. Cherry used to be more expensive, and it hasn't been very popular lately. So now it's actually very affordable.
We shouldn't say cheaper, but less cost.
Costly. Yes,
right?
yes.
Because it's just a matter of which type of material.
Sure.
And then they've got. Do you have like decks have fabricated stuff. Do they have any fabricated that are not real materials? They've been a meld between.
There's plenty of processed materials out there, melamines.
Oh, right.
And I will say that I just said this the other day. I was meeting with a customer. There are some man-made products now that I've been a wood guy my whole life, obviously.
Right.
They're getting to the point where I almost can't even tell the difference anymore between
Really?
a man-made product and a true piece of wood sometimes.
Okay.
It's impressive.
Yeah, composite. I guess this is what they call some of the
Yeah,
decking
ours
stuff.
is, I guess it's some kind of composite. Yeah, it's
And it's
usually a
composed of-
material on top of a.
Gotcha. Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
All right, Kristen, you've seen a lot of this now. Where do you see some of the trends, and what do you like about what you're doing to make?
Sure. I think, honestly, it starts with one house, or people see some things on HGTV and then it sprinkles out into the social media market. So I would say we send a lot of our customers, potential customers, go to our Facebook page. That's where we keep most up-to-date information about what's hot, what's trending. But the flip side of that is, and we want our customers to know, we're going to pick something that's timeless as well, so that you can be in this house 25 years later. We've had people talk about Glenn's dad's cabinets. Rich did these in 1987, and I'm still really happy with them.
Yep.
So they wear well too.
Okay, yeah, I put up the Facebook page there. You've got a lot of 3,500 followers. Everybody, they got quite the following here for people that are obviously interested in the work that you do. And we talked a little bit about combined. So you're 21 years in the business now. 20? How many years have you?
He started when he was
I
like
started
9.
when I was, I used to help my dad a lot
Okay,
with
so
finish,
it
so
goes
it's
back
kind
to
of hard
the
to
official
say how
start
many
date.
years I've had. I went to college at Murray State University, and I went there for a while, and then I did go to, kind of left my father's business for about 12 years, and worked for Spartan Light Metal Products as an engineer over there. So
Okay.
I do feel like I also would not be where I am today if I did not have that experience meeting and leading teams at Spartan. So then
Yeah.
when my father retired, then I came back full time to take over the cabinet shop.
And that's where you took it up a couple.
And
notches,
that's when we,
hiring.
yeah. So we were talking about technology.
Yeah.
Is that okay? Can I lead into that?
Yeah, go ahead.
So the technology, I knew I wanted to lead in it, or to bring in more technology into the business. And what I learned in school, and also primarily at Spartan Light Metal Products, my last job, we learned a lot of CNC programming, a lot of CNC, how a CNC could make day-to-day, not only more efficient, but just better quality, better repeatability of the numbers. So it helped in every aspect of our business.
And I happen to have a friend. His name is Dylan Bayless. I'll shout it out. He's a good friend of mine. Do you know Dylan?
I know Dylan very well.
I was gonna say, because when you say CNC,
I was
I'm like,
just
he
with
always
him
talks
the other day.
I don't know what CNC really means, but that's
Nobody does.
essentially that's these. Tell us what CNC really is.
It actually stands for computer numerically controlled.
Okay.
So in a cabinet world, it's a computer that controls a router. Let's say a simple router on
Not
an
a router
XY.
for like networking, but like a router that's going
Correct. A spinning tool.
drilling into
Yeah.
stuff. Okay.
So our CNC, we have 21 different tools, and I think 19 different drill heads, drill sizes. So all of your adjustable shelf pins, all the mounting holes, and all that for all the drawer guides and hinges. That all gets drilled on the CNC. Yep, all automated.
There we go. Because I know if you know Dylan, you must be on the ball because he helps supply those
Yep.
machines around the country. I
Yeah,
think he's
he does.
always
Yeah.
flying
I
somewhere.
was just with him the other day.
Okay, that's cool. Well, Dylan's a longtime friend. I was recently at his wedding. He got married.
He
not
did,
so long.
yeah.
And so that was kind of fun. So, very cool. The overall experience. Tell me a little bit about the team, though. When you're hiring 22 people, you've got a lot to manage there, and I guess that's where
That's probably
Kristen
more
helps out
Kristen. Yeah,
more often, more than not. Tell me about the team, then, Kristen. You tell me a little bit.
Sure. So we have 6 designers now.
Wow.
So lots of opportunities to meet with people. We have 2 levels of our designers. So one is project manager. They're the people that are upfront facing with the customers. So they talk through the process with the customer, they get all the ideas, and then we have some technical designers that help support them. So they're behind the scenes doing the computer work and making it look like the customer wants. And so there are revisions along the process. So that's really where our process starts. And then we have, starting with the CNC, we have one person doing that. So doing that every day, building the cabinets, and then we have builders. So we have a small team of builders, we have a small team of finishers, and then we have our overall, he started with the business, I think in I don't even know, he started when he was super young on a work permit, and he's been with us ever since. So he's the foreman, but also go around fixing things, building things, assembling things, wherever he needs to go. And then we have a couple other people in support. So Glenn's sister is she's our production manager. So she's working on inventory and then also keeping things running smoothly. So she's doing purchasing and all those things. And then we have an engineer who works full-time to make sure that what the drawings are and what comes from our sales team can be built. So he's that transition between both. And then we have a couple part-time workers, especially in the summer, and one of which is our son. So our son's learning how to do a couple things in the business too. So that's exciting.
There you have it, everybody. Putting together a heck of a team there, but you've got it all nailed down. But everybody has a specific role.
Mm-hmm.
There's not one guy who builds the whole cabinet from beginning to end. There's somebody for each phase of that construction.
Yep.
Interesting. Okay, that's how you do it. I mean, the production stuff sounds like it's almost as complicated, more so than doing a TV show. But you guys have quite a lot more heavy materials you got. Dylan talked about some of those machines are so huge that you big as a semi truck,
24, 30 foot long. Yeah.
Okay.
Tell them about the power.
Well, we just upgraded the power.
Yeah, we had to upgrade the
Yeah,
power.
we during the growth process, it's fun buying some things. The things you buy from Dylan are fun items. You know that I get excited about buying those items. However, if you buy too many of those items, then you don't have enough power to run those items.
I gotcha. Okay.
So recently we did have to upgrade our electric panel to. So yeah, I used to joke we used to not be able to plug in a hairdryer without flipping breakers, and now we have plenty of power to expand over the next 20 years. So that's exciting.
There you go. All right, so getting another board put in or whatever, and some 60 amps and 40 amps.
I think we have 8 times more power now than we did a year ago.
Oh, okay.
So
Right there.
we have room to grow.
Plenty of power necessary to
Yes.
create these beautiful cabinets that you see out there. That's really interesting. But we are way over our halfway mark with the show here, but I want to finish up and we'll talk about real quickly with our first half. We're showing those reviews, and so there's a lot of work that goes into getting people to these days. I'm saying 5.0. Everybody that's on your, I'm going to put this on the wall for everybody, but there, look at that. Nothing but 5 stars, and people are uploading pictures and talking about it. You guys are giving responses to everybody. Who's in charge of that? Is that mostly your category?
That's not me. We have a great social media team, so they follow up with customers. We also like to put pictures, we keep pictures for our internal use when we install the job, but we like to go back to the customer later on when it's fancy, when it's decorated. And so when our team does that and makes that stop, we often say, hey, would you mind giving us a review? And our customers are happy to do it, and we're glad that they have some incredible things to say about our team members and our cabinet. So
there you have it. Great team here, everybody, putting it together and making it happen. Beautiful work, too. So with that, we're going to go out and share some of our fun in the community. You guys have seen me at the Cardinal games. Who's that crazy guy? If you know the story, you'll understand why I do it. Don't worry. There's an author recently says, if there's anything, he's a psychiatrist and an analyst and whatever, he says, be bold. If you're going to be successful on this planet, be bold. That means starting a business and taking something like that and building and doing those things. And that's how you can make it to the next level. Here's some more fun from our community. We'll be back in just a second.
Hey everybody, guess what? We get to have fun all the time at the Cardinal games. Before the game, we get to hang out with fun super fans. Say hello to my buddy Nino over here, Brett, Tanya, and Dixie. That's right. Everybody's in the video here. Family coming out to the game. Nino, what do you love about going to Cardinal games?
You love baseball?
Yeah. He loves baseball. Hey, all right. Scoring points with the Cardinal Cowboy.
Yeah, he plays Miracle League baseball.
Do you really?
And he likes to be on the Cardinals team at home.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you know how many times have you been on that team? How many times have you done that?
A lot.
A lot.
That's a good answer. All right. Dad, what's it like coming to the Cardinal games with your son and your wife and all the fun you get to have down here?
Oh, it's the most fun. I mean, we've been coming since Old Bush. You know, now we've got New Bush Stadium. It's the best baseball town, and it's the most fun. You know, it's fun before the game. The games are always great, and we love it.
Well, I appreciate you guys taking time here. We're at Patios, everybody. This is where the most fun is. I get to wear the full outfit here. I got the pants, the socks, the arch, Nino, Brett, Tanya, and Dixie all here, and we're outside Patios having fun. Hey, say hi to Patios. Stop on by here before a Cardinal game, and we'll see you guys soon. Nino, give me some knuckles. There we go. Go Cardinals. Giddy up.
His name is Carter Rathwich, but in St. Louis, he's known as the Cardinal Cowboy. He's a well-known fixture in the stands at sporting events in the Gateway City, He's one of its greatest cheerleaders, a super fan like no other. When he makes his rounds at almost every home game, he shares his love for sports with the rest of fandom with a smile, a cheer, some positive encouragement, and lots of selfies and pics. But the Cardinal Cowboy was born of a tragic incident. Rethwish was an aspiring athlete in high school and college. He dreamed of playing in the big leagues, but those dreams ended when he and 3 of his college friends were hit with a devastating crash by a 5-time drunk driver. One of his best friends died. Carter suffered a critical head injury. The trauma put him in a coma for 6 days. The doctors said he was never expected to function again. Those expectations never came true. He fought back and finished college. He was determined to prove the doctors wrong. Among other inspirations, it was his love of baseball that kept him going. And from his near-death experience, the Cardinal Cowboy emerged. His goal in life became to inspire others with positivity despite the odds, to help people believe in themselves and achieve their dreams.
So after my coma, I realized that it was up to me if I was going to accomplish my goal, if I was going to reach my dreams. Despite what the naysayers would say, the people that were discouraging me, like they do everyone, it's up to me if I'm going to make it. Don't listen to the naysayers. It's up to you. You decide whether you're going to succeed, whether you're going to reach your goals. Dream, and then always, always chase your dreams. Never give up. Giddy up.
So we're hearing all the time now why people need to be on our show, and it's pretty obvious. These days, the stats are proven. If you're going to get people's attention, you've got to get them with video. Google loves video. YouTube, obviously, is where you put your videos, and it's just a no-brainer. The problem is, until we kind of put together this whole format, there's no other way to get this kind of quality for the cost we put together. Because I'm a computer nerd, because I figured out how to automate, systematize. My buddy Paul worked for ABC. He's been on the show. He's been a host here. He's been KMOX. He's got his own shows there. He said, Carter, you're doing the job of 13 people. And he said, Carter, who does your graphics? 14 people. We've systematized this. Mom and Dad made me go to computer classes just in case the professional baseball career didn't work out. And so we started off doing 1 show, then 2 shows, then 3 shows, and then we had to jump to 5 shows a week just to fill the demand, because here you get a professional video that looks dynamite, that'll let your business really showcase what they do, and you don't have to spend $10, $15, $20, $30,000 to do it. So if you'd like to be on the show, get a hold of us and understand these stats. When you're on a show like this, when you put this on your website, you're going to decrease your bounce rate by 34%. You're going to increase your close rate, your conversion rate, by up to 80%. We have clients tell us they get 25% more closed deals because of the show. They track this. They can speak to that. And you're going to just get an overall boom for your business. You've got to do video. If you have clients, we did an interview with them 2020. It's 2026. They have made over $360,000 by using our video. They came back to do it again. So get a hold of us. Jump on here. Go to bigleagues.com. That's BIGG leagues.com. Or call us or text us right there, the phone number you see there. And we look forward to having you on our show. Stay tuned. Giddy up. So there we have it, my good friend Nino. Man, Nino's an inspiration, everybody. You think you're having a bad day, think about that kid every day wakes up with a smile on his face and motors his chair around, and there's so many more difficult things we could have to deal with in life, but it makes us smile. And so good job there, Nino. But I'm a computer guy, baseball guy, stats guy. I like to get my numbers. So I say, let's do a little cost analysis. And this is going to be interesting in your space, because a lot of people will just be like, and I think this, I'm not sure exactly, I know they did this to the deck. Somebody I know, who I won't say, a lot of people might have feared this, they ended up taking ownership of the house. Family member passed, they inherited it, and the question was, do we do a lot of remodeling or do we sell it first? Is what they're going to have to deal with. And so they ended up spray painting the deck. I wonder if they did the same thing to, but people will do that to cabinets too. They'll paint them. I don't know, spray paint the preferred way or what. There are some professional guys who will refinish them.
Is, yeah.
Sure.
I think that may not be so bad, but that can turn out great, but you got to be a professional to do that too.
Yeah.
And so, and it's a little costly. But what are some of the shortcuts people try to take? And you're saying don't do that.
I mean, the painting yourselves at home, I'm not saying you can't do it, but there's
They talked about
it's a lot of work for
heated
one.
rooms and
It's
all
a
kinds
lot of work, and it's really difficult to make it look really good and make it look professional. There's also refinishing options. The problem with that, in my opinion, is you still have if the core of the cabinet is any questionable as far as structural, you still have all those problems. You're not making the cabinets stronger or more durable. You're just putting a new face on them and making them look nicer, but they're still not functional. So that's
You still might be replacing them.
you still would
2 or 3
probably be
years later.
replacing them. Yeah.
Okay. So we're talking about saving money here, everybody. This is always about most efficient, but cutting corners. My dad's quote, one of his, well, he didn't write this originally, but cheap gets very expensive,
Yep.
especially if you have to redo things. And so
Yep.
in this space, get some professional down. And it's just based on the numbers. As if you're a numbers person, you put them in for this much, and they're worth double that added the value to the house, or somewhere in that ballpark. It's hard to lose money on
Yeah,
cabinets.
we've had one customer that actually said she's bought 3 kitchens from us now.
Okay.
But on the middle home, on the second house we did for her, she said she thinks the cabinets actually sold the house for her.
Yeah,
So
I
that and I think that's on our review page too.
Yeah, okay, good. Because I was looking at your pictures. I was like, this is going to be great. Because I love putting beautiful pictures up on our wall behind us. You can see this. I'll zoom out for everybody as our wide camera. But 2 giant TV walls here. Yes, Best Buy is out of TVs right now because we bought them. No, we've had these for a little while. But look how cool all this stuff. And there's a whole lot of great pictures on your website that we'll go over that here in just a bit too. But yeah, don't cut corners trying to save a few bucks to get it done professionally. Why should somebody choose you? What really separates you guys? Why you've been so successful, you think?
Whenever I talk to my customers about sales, I feel like there's 3 things that separate us from most cabinet industries. It's our materials, our construction methods, and our finish process. So our materials, we use thicker, heavy-duty materials. We use all 3/4 inch side panels. Our construction methods, we do a lot of very specific that I've never seen in the industry. My dad actually started with a dovetail between the side panels and the face frames. Never seen that done before, so that's pretty rare. And then the third item is we paint the whole cabinet. We don't paint pieces. I think this is the biggest thing that we do better than everyone else. Almost everybody else paints pieces and then they assemble them. So now you have black lines everywhere between all the pieces.
Okay.
We build a cabinet, we sand it, we prep it, and then we paint it.
Okay. So your process is superior, you think?
Yes, that's what our process, joinery and materials, all 3 of them really.
Yeah, that's important too, because if you're assembling these things, you don't want them to be shaky.
Yep.
You can feel those things. Anybody ever assembled their own furniture and you didn't get to slide into the slot all the way, and then the table's wobbling all the time? That's not what you want with your cabinets,
Nope,
especially.
it's not, yeah.
No way.
Okay, good stuff. You've seen this too, then, Kristen. You see the response you get from people and just the overall quality that you're bringing.
Sure. It also helps. We have had 2 kitchens, actually 3,
Okay.
that the cabinet business has built over the years ourselves. So I like being able to tell customers, in my house, this works well. In my house, maybe I wish I would have done that differently. And that's what our design team does. What do you want to function well in your kitchen? What do you have now? So as you get older, there are different things that are more important to you, as you know. So I love my mixer stand. We can make that custom, fit that, and you can make your banana bread on Saturday mornings.
There you have it, everybody. That wraps up our first show, everybody. We're going to have them back for another half hour. Stay tuned for that one. You can watch all of our shows on yourlittlecastle.com. Giddy up.